This is just for nerd stuff. Nerdy. Good artists borrow, great artists steal. That's happening way more now. Imagine living in a time where you can speak now, write something into existence, and then it just appears after a few minutes. That time is now. I'd like to see a portrait of the rapper The RZA in the style of like neo-expressionism, 16K, like a magazine portrait. Boom. Using the same kind of text, let's try Kanye West, neo-expressionism, magazine portrait, use colors, red, white, blue, silver, and 8K. Boom. All that stuff I just said, but with Jay-Z, and he has really long dreadlocks like Basquiat. Boom. Nasty Nas. Eminem. Or what about a film illustration of Wayne Campbell and Garth Algar in a domestic interior basement, high detail, black and white ink, in the style of Robert Crumb? It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. All right, let me stop showing off for a second. In the last few weeks, I've become addicted to a new form of creation, and it's something that just about anyone with an imagination can try, which I think is actually pretty cool. You can say that now almost anyone has the ability to be an artist, or at least be part of a process when they're trying to convey something visually to whoever they're working with, right? But this could be cool even for little kids. Like, imagine a little kid is trying to tell you that they saw a watermelon pizza monster, or a watermelon penguin monster with headphones. Imagine you're an interior designer and a client comes to you and they're like, I want to make a whole apartment, but I want the entire apartment to look like it's made from sweets and donuts and treats and candy, but at the same time, I want it to look like the movie Blade Runner. You can do anything. Now, what I've learned is that these images, which are called AI generated images, right? They're created in artificial intelligence software is pulling from the internet. You create a text prompt to make a new image, it's pulling from everything and it's trying to figure out exactly what you want. The more detailed you are, the better the image. So here's where it gets even cooler. Anybody can do this, and you'll get some really weird, like kind of wonky stuff if you don't understand what you're doing. I still don't understand what I'm doing, but I'm getting better at it. But there's also these, like, I want to say almost rudimentary coding techniques that you can use, which would take all day to teach you. But something as simple as putting --AR, AR stands for aspect ratio, and then a space, and then a 1:2, that would dictate the aspect ratio that you want. I just think it's awesome that you can use something like this if you're an interior designer, if you're a little kid trying to explain a project to someone. Imagine talking to your therapist and you're like, I had this dream, and in this dream, there was all these doors and I was floating and there was pink clouds and there was multiple versions of myself, and in these multiple versions there was other versions of myself, and you can't really convey what you want, but if you put it into a text prompt and put it into an AI generating software that creates images, maybe you can then verbally illustrate something to convey it to someone else, which I think is amazing. If I've made some homeless superheroes, some concept posters for Black Panther. I made a town made out of crossbones and skulls in the style of like Ghibli Studios, Disney, Pixar. I made a stairway to heaven made out of marijuana leaves, instruments made out of fire and ice. So it's really kind of unlimited, because all I have to do is find a really cool way to write it and I get something cool. And then there's all these variations that you can make based off the prompts you get. It's only something you'd have to try yourself to really understand. Something that's really helpful, because I went to film school and I took a bunch of art history courses. I think that if you have a little bit of knowledge about art history, photography, painting, film, a little bit of like a critical eye when it comes to analysis or just reading, you can use awesome terms. Like, I have this massive art history book, plus, you know, I see all these books back here, and I can choose things from here to help me write cooler prompts, which I think is really awesome. So I've come up with some really cool stuff. And some stuff looks like actual drawings and other things just look really, really real. I used a real estate description and mixed it with a bunch of other little things, and I got these renderings of amazing houses that don't exist, but they look pretty real. So what can you use this for? I have no idea. What am I gonna use it for? Well, I'm gonna make another movie. I love working with storyboard artists. So this time around, instead of me just dictating what I want based on what's on the page or the script, I'm going to try to create storyboards of the film that I'm trying to make. So I'm trying to make a Christmas comedy horror movie, or a comedy Christmas horror movie, or a horror comedy Christmas movie. I still can't figure out what sounds better or which works. Anyway, out of all the projects, that seems like that might be the first project that we're doing. So I started creating these prompts to convey the tone of what I want. They're pretty creepy and the tone's not there, but I'm still figuring out how to do it. And I think once I get it, I can take these images and then I can give it off to another collaborator, be it a set dresser, a costume designer, the storyboard artist, definitely, the cinematographer, what's up, Coop? All these people that will help me kind of bring my vision of a script to life to make a movie that's not only funny, kind of scary, but looks really cool. And this is just gonna help a lot with the film pre-production process. And I feel like I just have to talk about it because it's so freaking cool. And I really just love the idea that anybody can come up with a text prompt and then you can just only make it better. And I love that idea that like every little kid is an artist. Well, now every little kid who was an artist and grew up and became, you know, an adult can become an artist again. This is an amazing tool for people who want to just explore what's in their mind and then put it to use with stories, with books, with images to print, with paintings, with movies, with music, anything. So check it out. I hope that you guys make really cool stuff, and if you do, please link it in the comments. I'd love to check it out. And in my next video, to keep with the theme of this, I'll probably just make a workout video instead. Yeah? Yeah, cool.